I'm Rocky Snyder with Devotion to Motion. And next we're going to talk about pressing exercises. You ask any guy what is in their program, in their workouts, and they're going to give you at least 2 exercises. They'll always be in there no matter what. Can you guess what they are? Yeah, the bench press and bicep curls, which really make no sense because we're using our chest and biceps when we're sitting at a desk, driving in our car, working, eating. Everything is always contracting our chest and biceps. They're being completely bombarded by our brain all day long. So let's go to the gym after a day of work and just completely destroy them. That makes sense completely. Now, I know we need a stronger chest and stronger arms, but take away the bench press and the bicep curls and be a little bit more creative. I mean, the bench press itself, you're laying down on a bench and your body's relaxed. Now, some guys are going to say, oh, raise your legs up and that'll engage the core. That's fine. Or put them down flat and do bench press. Now, I can't really think of too many conditions where you're actually going to need to lay on your back and press upward. Maybe if you're changing the oil in your car and the jack slips, no one's around to hear you scream, you can probably, if you've been doing some bench work, you can probably lift that car off your back and just get out safely. That would be the only time I'd really be using bench press. But what happens if you're on the ground playing with your kids or you trip and you have to get up? Well, you've got to do a push-up. Makes sense. So let's do away with the bench. And let's focus on a variety of push-ups. We've got a slew of them. You can do the traditional push-up, which is every trainer will tell you shoulder width apart with your hands, very symmetrical. Have your body nice and rigid, fingers spread apart, lower your chest down to the floor, and then press back up as you breathe out. Great, great. Boring. Let's give you a little bit more variety. You could even do, okay, so close grip, wide grip. Let's think outside the box a little bit. Let's just get beyond the traditional kind of dogma of doing push-ups. How about a staggered hand position, where one is there? Or maybe change it over to here. Do a push-up here. Both hands out in front. Superman push-ups, very difficult. Change the angle every time you do a push-up so that you're never getting the same movement twice in a set. That's a staggered hand position. Great. But we're still staying in one place. We can move across the floor. We can move through space. We do an alligator push-up, where you're going to start off doing a push-up and then walk forward with one hand. Do another push-up. Walk forward with the other hand. Or better yet, do a spider push-up, where you've got, or a crab walk push-up. Have your hands and feet apart. Do a push-up, bring them together. Do another push-up, bring them together, and walk across the floor. Or just take a couple steps in each direction. The difference between a push-up and a bench press is that my whole body is activated on a push-up. My core, if you want to call it that, my midsection, those muscles that keep my back stable, which is inherently unstable, help to keep it rigid and secure so power comes from my arms or my legs. That's what a push-up's all about. We're combining core strength and body stabilization with power output or strength output out of the upper body. So you can do a whole bunch of different types of push-ups. You can put a ball on the floor. Let me get one for you. So you have an uneven surface with one ball, one hand on the floor, and just maintain that. Or let yourself move across and put the hand here. Or maybe move the ball and you stay in place so that we're just changing the angle of things around. Now, this is a medicine ball, but we can also use one of the stability balls, the inflatable gym balls. And you've seen it done with the toes up on the ball, hands on the floor, lower the chest or chin down to the ground, push back up, try it with one leg on the ground, one leg on the ball, one leg in the air, vary it around. Now, as push-ups go, that's a little on the easy side. Even though the ball is unstable and it's causing your core to engage a little bit more, it's not as difficult as this one. Putting your hands on the ball and your feet on the floor, lowering yourself down to the ball and pressing away. Now the ball is completely unstable, and when you first do it, you're going to find yourself shaking as you're trying to get down there. But over time, your body will understand what it's trying to do and be able to stabilize you a lot more as you do the push-ups. And in that event, well then, you put a box and elevate your feet, so now more of your body weight is driven down into the ball, and it's a little bit more advanced. These are all just many variations of push-ups, and there's a ton more. You can put a little bit of rotation in every time you come up. You can do the clapping push-ups. There's a slew of them. I've only shown you a few to give you an idea that variety is the spice of life, and push-ups shouldn't be any different.